Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back for week 4 of the MBC. This week we are taking on a player that I am somewhat familiar with, actually, and that is going to be Jay, aka JV. And first time I watched him was in the GBA when I was doing my live streams covering the games from the last season of the Global Battle Association. And now here we are. We're in the MBC, and this is our first time playing against each other, so should be interesting. As you can see, he's got a pretty strong team over there on the right below me. Yeah, there's a few things I have to cover for, but I think we have a strong team with a little bit of a surprise, actually, coming this week. As you can see, our team's changed a bit. We made a couple of transactions, got rid of Muck and a couple of other mons, Avalug, and I forget the last one. But anyway, point is, we got a Hisuian Quillfish now, a Colossal to spin away hazards. So we do have a spinner now, so that's nice. We don't have to rely completely on default Halucha. And we have an Alolan Vulpix as well to set Hail for bundle shenanigans, potentially. So yeah, cool team now. And I mean, it was always a cool team, but now I feel it's a little bit better and a little bit more sturdy. But yeah, we're taking on Jay today, and a few things that I'm scared of. You can see the mons that I think that Jay is going to bring on the screen, and they may differ a little bit, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And we're going to hop into the game here. I'm going to find out Terra types for that Hydrapple and potentially the Carkol. I doubt the Carkol is coming, but I very much think that the Hydrapple is going to make an appearance because it's quite good into my team. So here we go. Let's get things started. Okay, so we found Jay, and that Hydrapple is Fairy. So we do know that the apple is coming, and it is Fairy Terra type. So we see that oh wow, okay, a little bit different than what I was expecting. All right, so let me get to the other window here. So what's not here? Torn's not here, interestingly. So no Tornadus. Cool, okay. Let's get rid of that and swap it out with a Azumarill. And then there's no Azelf. Instead, this is Klefki. So we're probably going to get Hazard stacked here, is what I'm assuming. Against a team like this, I think my lead of choice is actually Garchomp, I want to say. Garchomp feels right. Could also still just lead Bundle, because Bundle's like super good into Jay's team. So yeah, we'll probably just go with that. That's fine. The Azu is a little bit concerning, not gonna lie, but Quillfish outspeeds any Adamant variant, and we'll hit it pretty hard with Poison Jab, plus we have Pain Split and Curse to stay healthy. So yeah, that should be interesting. I think this should be fine. Rotom's less taxed as well this game because it doesn't have to take on Torn. It just has to take on Hydrapple. So that's cool. All right, we'll enter that, and here we go. Week 4 of the MBC. Let's get this started. All right, so we're going to lead with Bundle, and we're going to see the damage that we do to whatever leads with either Flip Turn or whatever we click. So this is going to be an Azu lead. So I actually do not want to stay in here, and I want to Flip Turn out into my Quillfish. So I want to see Azumarill Belly Drum, let's say. So Flip Turn should do about 8 to 9% to max HP. So if it does more than that, then we know that this is more of an offensive variant. So we're just going to go for Flip Turn. We're going to basically bank on this thing being like Assault Vest or something like that, right? Something that could take an Iron Bundle's hit on lead. From like Specs, right? Specs Freeze Dry. Because Freeze Dry just to max HP does 66 to 78. We don't even kill right now. So we're going to Flip Turn out. Jay might be scared of it because like +1 to max HP, not running Assault Vest, then that can do 99.5. So a Specs variant would actually KO like non-Yachi, non-AV Azu. So we're going to see the Flip Turn here, and it's going to do about 7 or 8%. So we do believe that that is max HP. And based on that, we're going to go into Quillfish here and get an Intimidate drop. We're not going to risk our bundle this early, and we're just going to drop the Azumarill's attack, and it's going to go for Superpower. This shouldn't do too much, as you can see. It does very little damage, and now we can double into our Tinkaton. So what should come out on Quillfish should be, I personally believe, the Heatran, actually. Heatran or Crook. So I'm actually going to go Chomp here. I think that's the correct play, is to double out here into Chomp, not go for a poison move, and we'll see what happens after that. Play Rough should not come out here. This should be a switch from the Azu. So we do know that our Quillfish is faster than the Azu, so at the very least we know it's not Jolly, max speed. Here's Heatran, so that's great for us. As we can see, it is not on a balloon, and this should be a free spike, and the entire team is grounded. So this is actually very good. So the Hydrapul's Terra Fairy, that's something that we're going to have to be careful of, for sure, but I'm pretty sure Rotom can take it on pretty well. So we're just going to go for spikes here, as the Heatran withdraws, gets out of here, as expected. Here's the boys. Who's the boys? This is the Hydrapul. Okay. So now we're going to have a spike up for pretty much the rest of the game. There's no hazard removal on Jay's side, and Jay has not had an opportunity to get up hazards yet, so this is great. Now, Tinkaton is a little bit obvious, so I'm actually going to use my Rotom primarily, I think. However, this is Colbur Rotom, so I could save it for the Sneasler for a little later, and then just go Tink here, because Tink doesn't really care about this, and then I can pressure extra hard with Stealth Rock up as well. So yeah, actually, I do want to get my second layer of hazards up, so I'm going to go Tinkaton and threaten the Apple. We know it's Terra Fairy. It's probably not going to Terra here, is my assumption. Let's see. Does not Terra, goes for Earth Power, and we're on a balloon, so that deals with the Apple. And then we can go for a set of rocks here, and that'll really pressure the entire team, assuming everything's not boots, right? Because that would be the hitch in that plan. Jay's taking a little bit of time on this play. We could see just an attack to break the balloon, potentially. This could also be like a nasty plot turn, but then you get Encored, so not great. And whatever move comes out to break my balloon, I can also Encore, so it really doesn't matter. We could see the Heatran come in here. This would be Jay's opportunity to put up rocks on our side, which would be pretty good. So there goes the Hydrapul. One layer of spikes is up. We're going to see if this hits whatever comes in. So this is the Heatran, and it's going to take hazard damage. So let's pay attention to see if it has leftovers as well. That's important. So we'll take note of that. It does not have leftovers, so I think we are going into our Garchomp here pretty safely. We're max HP. We should be able to take any hit this thing goes for, including like a Dragon Pulse, and immediately threaten it out, right? So in comes Garchomp on the Heatran. We do see the rocks go up. Now, I could make a little bit of a ballsy play here and go for Dragon Tail, expecting the Hydrapul to come in, and basically phase it out and cause it to take extra damage from hazards. But this is also an opportunity to just get up another layer of spikes, potentially. So that Azu is lower, Crook is lower when it comes in, Sneasler's, everything's lower, really. Yeah, let's just go for spikes. We're just constantly threatening the Heatran, and it can't really stay in. And now we get to really see if anything's boots, right? Now that all the hazards are up, like Hydrapul came in before the spike went up, so we didn't get to see if it was boots or not. But now we're going to see that, if it does come in here. But we'll see. Here's the boys. This should be Hydrapul again. Beautiful. And does it take hazard damage? It does. Sweet. So it takes quite a bit there. And we'll get up another spike. And now Heatran's going to take more damage, obviously. And now we could see the Hydrapul go for like a grass move here, so it's leftovers. So we know it's leftovers now. And it's at about 81%. So being leftovers, I think I'm perfectly safe to go into my Tinkaton again or my Rotom. Realistically, either one is fine. I really do want to save my Rotom for the Sneasler, though. I think that's going to be really clutch later on. So let's just keep going Tink. And the more damage this Hydrapul and the Heatran take, the better our Ogerpon is throughout the game, because it's Trailblaze, and it's also Terra Grass, obviously, right? So we're probably going to see a grass move here, I would assume. Try to break the balloon. Nope, it's going to be a double. Okay, so taking advantage of Regenerator there, obviously. Here's Jingle Jangle. This is Klefki. Okay, so probably felt pressured to get up their own spikes. But I think we're just going to Gigaton Hammer here. We're attack invested. I'm pretty sure this is going to do a lot. Let me take a look at Tinkaton versus Klefki real quick. And Gigaton does 57 to 67 to max HP. So we're just going to go for it. Get off a lot of damage here, and if Jay's priority is to get up a spike, then great. Reflect, that's pretty good too. That's obviously going to mitigate the damage from the Gigaton Hammer here. And that does very little, in fact. So after 2 rounds of spikes and stealth rocks, you take, 22% naturally? So you took another 20 from the Gigaton behind Reflect. So theoretically, you are max defense. Yeah. This should be max defense. Okay, great. So right here, I think we're pretty safe to just go for knockoff at this point. Our balloon is still intact, though. That is something that we have to keep in mind, is that our balloon is still intact, and we can abuse that. However, is going for Encore here correct? Maybe it is, because this thing takes too much damage the next time it's in. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Encore here. So there we go. We force the Klefki back into Reflect. Good stuff. And now we can knock off for free. We can also pull a switch into Garchomp, expecting the Heatran to want to come in. However, if like the Hydrapple comes in, it's kind of a bad situation. Well, not really, because I still have my balloon on tank. So yeah, actually, I'm going to go Garchomp here. We're going to go Chomper and see what happens. I haven't been adjusting HP at all. So let's do that. Where is Klefki on the layout? It's all the way on the right. So Klefki is at about 45, I think. Somewhere around there. No, it's a little higher than that. It's like 55. We'll put it at 55. And then the Hydrapple should still be at full. Wow, actually went Hydrapple. Wow. Okay. Cool. Good play. Gonna take some hazard damage, obviously. So not terrible. Now, I fully expect either a Terra Blast to come out here or a Grass move, if it's packing a Grass move. However, I don't think I care. I'm pretty sure I still just go Tank, and Rotom can deal with this worst case scenario if it gets out of hand for whatever reason. So yeah, we're going to swap into Tinkaton. This is fine. And the Hydrapple, I'm not even going to bother with its HP because it's always going to be regened out of, out of hazard range, obviously, but back to full, essentially. And the Heatran definitely took damage, though. The Heatran's like around at 72, I think. Somewhere around there. And then the Azumarill took 8%, right? Early on. So it's at like 92. Okay. So the Hydrapple switches out again. So I'm not sure what the point of all this switching is. Because at the end of the day, the Heatran is the one taking more damage than anything else. Like, yes, obviously my Garchomp's probably going to take a hit here. But I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter long term. Also, this Heatran is slowly getting into range of Stomping Tantrum. It should already be in range of Stomping Tantrum, but like even behind Reflect kind of thing. So we're going to see Flash Cannon here. This is obviously going to do a good amount of damage. Stab. Not bad. We're going to get our leftovers. And now we're actually going to go for the Dragon Tail here this turn. We're not going to go for Earthquake because Earthquake's a little too obvious. And we're just going to go for Detail. Now, Jay might want to stay in, predicting me to get up a third layer of Spike. Although I don't feel like I need a third layer. I think this is quite enough. So the Heatran's at 55, 56, 57, 58. 58. So we'll drop it down to there. So he gets that turn right. My Garchomp drops to 110 HP. But the Heatran, once again, getting closer to range to our Ogerpon, getting pretty much in the range of everything at this point. So in comes the Sneasler. So not ideal for Jay, obviously. Going to see if this takes hazard damage. Going to check for a Balloon real quick. So it takes every hazard, so it's not Balloon. That's for sure. And now Garchomp will die to close combat if that's what Jay chooses to go for. However, that's the only thing it would die to from this range. So I could make the Rotom play here and keep my Garchomp alive. And considering how much the Heatran's still at and the fact that there's a Reflect up, I think that Rotom is my play. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to swap in a Rotom here on potential close combat. How much did we say the Heatran was at? I think it was like 58, something like that. There we go. And now the Sneasler obviously took, what is it, 1622, so it's at 78. All right, so the Hydropple came back in, and now we get in our Rotom. So our Rotom's not bad here. However, there's a whole Crook. So it's not the best into this situation. But the Hydropple, I think, can't touch my Tink. It's playing like it can't touch my Tinkaton. So I really want to go Tink. Like, pretty badly. I should probably also calc the damage from Azu into my Quillfish to see if it's like banded. I don't think it's banded, but Azumarill. Offensive, give me superpower. I'm gonna go Tank here. I'm just gonna take some time because I have some. I just want to see if we know anything about the Azu. It's definitely not banded. I would have taken way more than that. Yeah. Okay. So now I can stay in here and just go for a Thunder Wave. And actually, you know what? I think that's the better play. Yeah, we're gonna go for T-Wave. Okay. So this switches out. We could see the Crook come in, but I want to see if this is like the initial response. No, it's Heatran. Okay, cool. Awesome. So Tran comes in, takes spikes, takes rocks, gets Thunder Waved, hopefully. We do connect. Do we see like a Lumberry? Probably not, right? I wouldn't think so. Reflect wore off. Cool. So we're definitely keeping Rotom around. Although the problem now is that I don't have great switch-ins to this Heatran because my Garchomp is solo. But keeping Rotom healthy is really good for that Sneasler. So the Heatran's super low. It's like down here somewhere. Now I could just Nightshade. How much is it at? It's at 25%. What's Heatran's HP? Heatran. Would Rotom KO it with Nightshade? Yes. Yes, it does. If it's max HP, still does. Cool. So we just Nightshade. We knock this thing out. Okay, it's going to switch out. Well, it's dead to hazards, so that's cool. In comes Queen K. Rool. That is, of course, the Crocodile, which is going to come in here, predicting Hex, I would assume. And it's going to take all that hazard damage plus a Nightshade, which puts it at about 50%. About 49 here. So that's also weakened now. And I don't think we saw Intimidate. So, with that said, I think I'm going to go into Bundle on this turn. Because Quillfish is still really useful, but Bundle's like whatever. Well, Bundle's ice moves are really good, actually. So maybe I go Quillfish for the Intimidate drop. Yeah, but then I just lose my item. I don't know about that. This could be the Garchomp sack as well. This is probably just the Garchomp sack, isn't it? Yeah, let's go Garchomp. Garchomp did its job. It got up 2 layers of spikes. It did a ton of damage to Heatran through making it switch around. What is up with that? Okay, we're good. Yeah, there's the knockoff. Okay, so that's gonna knock me out. That's gonna trigger Rough Skin, and we're gonna see if this thing gets a Moxie boost. I'm pretty sure it's Moxie. Yeah, okay, it is. Cool. So now we just go to Ogre. And even if this thing is Scarfed, we're faster. I just need to see if Ogre KOs it through, like, Rindo from where it's at with Trailblaze. 37. Crook. Say it's Choice Band. Trailblaze. With Rindo wouldn't knock it out, but I think I'm good still going for Trailblaze. Although Ivy Cudgel's fine too. Actually, Ivy Cudgel's just the play because the Heatran's... Oh no, the Heatran's dead to Hazards. But yeah, I think we still just Cudgel. This is fine. So the Crook's going to switch out. It's a little lower now. It took 12% from Rocky Helmet, or Rough Skin rather. Should be at about there. So in comes the Heatran. This is the sack. Dies to Hazards. We're going to get our Terra off. And now the right side of Jay's team is very, very low. The left side, however, is all still very healthy. Now, if I had sub here, this would have been, like, game over. But that's not the case. So, all right, body aspect. I'm going to get our speed increase. Obviously, we go for Ivy Cudgel there. Try to revenge the Crook, but that doesn't work. If we see the Sneasler come out, I'm going to assume that it's Scarfed at this point. Although the Sneasler doesn't know if I'm Scarfed, but I wouldn't knock it out with anything from here, so. This is the Clef Key. Okay, cool. Interesting. So it wants to get up a Reflect for sure. How do I play around this? Do I go Rotom and Nightshade, which would almost certainly take out the Crook after Hazards? I think... Huh. Maybe that is the play. Just go Rotom and Nightshade. This is still good for that. Okay, but this thing screens. It's probably not Thunder Wave, right? So we can maybe just click Stomping Tantrum here. No, I'm going to U-turn out. Yeah, I'm going to U-turn. So we're going to see a Reflect. We're going to get a little bit more damage on this Clef Key. So here's the U-turn. Not that much more. It's still at like 28 or whatever that is. But this is fine because now we just get in Rotom, or we could go Quillfish and start cursing because the Crook is so low. That might be the play, honestly. Yeah, I like that. I just want to see if Quillfish dies from this range to Hydrapple's Earth Power, because I don't think it does. Steeple on Earth Power does 54.9 max from Max Modest. So yeah, the play is Quillfish here. And we start setting up, and we might have a Quillfish sweep. Also, the Heatran is dead. I'm gonna adjust that. And the Clef Key is at like 28. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 27, 28. Okay, here we go. We're gonna curse. Let's see what this Clef Key decides to do. It's going to stay in, so we're going to get the curse off here. And it's probably just going to get up another screen, is what I'm thinking. Nope, just goes for Dazzling Gleam. Okay. Doesn't do too much damage, so we can actually go for another curse. We can actually just, like, stall out the screen, which is what I'm thinking. Right, because let's check status. How many turns on screen? 3 out of 5. But it might be 8, right? Did we see 8 last time? I don't remember. I don't think it was a full 8, though. We're going to keep cursing, though. Let's keep going for curse. Okay, the Klefski is going to switch out. Good. And in comes the Crook. So the Crook should be dead to Aqua Jet from here. That's the idea. Crook is at like 16 or something, right? How much is it at? Let's see. It's at 9. Yeah, there's no way it doesn't die to Jet, right? Crocodile versus with a Reflect up. Yeah, it's taking min 22, so it's just dead. So we just Aqua Jet here. And this should kill off the Crocodile. And then we have to deal with the left side of the team for the rest of the game. So here's Jet. Gonna knock that out. Down goes the Crook. Didn't do too much. Took out Garchomp. That's about it. Garchomp essentially took out Heatran and Crocodile on its own. Which is crazy. Now, Hydrapple should be faster than us at this point. Should be. Keyword. Hydrapple. If it's not speed invested at all, I probably should have adjusted for that, actually. If it's not speed invested at all, it is still faster than us. So I'm just going to go into Tinkaton. I'm not going to stay in here because this is still good for Intimidate. And we're just going to get in Tink. And now the Apple obviously gets back more HP every time it comes in. So it's always at full. It's always been at full. Probably going to see not Terra Fairy, just Earth Power, right? Yeah, good. Okay, great. And now I think I knock. Now I think I get rid of an item. Somewhere. So let's do that. Late game knockoff. Maybe take care of Azumaril's item. Maybe take care of Klefki's. Who knows? Out goes the Apple. What's coming in? Bubbles. So this is the Azumarill. We're going to get rid of its item. The Reflect is still up, of course. So it's going to take Spikes. It's going to take Rocks. And it's going to take a knockoff. So, there we go. And the Assault Vest is gone. Now, from this position, Freeze Dry is really good, right? I still don't really want to throw away Quillfish because it's a poison move at the end of the day. But we have Tink. And I think Tink is good enough. So I'm going to say we go Quillfish. We get the Intimidate drop. We go Ogerpon. We go for Trailblaze. If the Apple comes in, we U-turn on it. I think that's the correct play. And Liquidation might come out here as well. So we'll just go Quillfish. We'll get the Intimidate drop. And we'll play from there. The Azumaril's a lot lower, obviously. Because it took all those hazards. So now it's at 62%. Here's the Liquidation. 16% left. Now, I could make a really ballsy play here and go into Iron Bundle hard and save this as a sack. But I don't feel the need to. Although that might stall its screens. Hold on. Let me think about that. There's no way this thing doesn't have Aqua Jet. Right? It always has Aqua Jet. And it's AV, it's not going to set up in front of me. I think I just jet it myself. Let's check the Reflect. 1 turn left, and it is an 8-turn Reflect. Okay. I think the Klefki might be in range of hazards. No, it's not. It's not. But it can't come in on any attack. So we can go for Jet here. Get a little bit more chip. Always leave this thing in range of Freeze Dry now without its AV. And we have to adjust the Azumaril's HP here. Put it down to 60, I believe it was. There. Okay, now the question is, which one do I go into? Bundle or Ogre? I think the answer is Ogre. Always. Yeah, we always go Ogerpon here. The Reflect should be down now. So in is our Ogerpon. We're going to take Rocks. No, we're not, because we're Boots. That's right. I forgot. Is the Reflect down? Yes. So we just hit Trailblaze, and this should always KO Azumarill. Let's just make sure. Azumarill. Assault Vest. Trailblaze without a Reflect up. Oh, actually, it doesn't necessarily always KO it. Huh. Okay. Oh, wait, that's not Terrad. Yeah, Terrad always KOs it. Okay, Trailblaze. Okay, we're going to see the Azumarill switch out. We could see the Hydrapple come in here. Yeah, for sure. But now it shouldn't really matter, because now I just U-turn. So the Hydrapple can't double. So here's Trailblaze. I'm going to do a tiny bit of damage. Nothing significant. And then obviously this thing can Terra. And it probably wants to Terra now. But if it Terras, then it's weak to Gigaton Hammer. So it's not great for it. But yeah, we are just going to U-turn. We're boots anyway. We're fine. We can always come back in. Here's the U-turn. That's super effective damage. It doesn't do much, but it does enough. It does enough because now we're actually getting damage off on the Hydrapple. Does it have a move for Tinkaton? Like, does it actually have a move for Tink? Is the question. Fickle Beam. So it doesn't seem like it does. I don't think it has a move for Tink, if I'm being real. It's gonna get its leftovers. Now we could just Encore here, but that's only if Gigaton takes out Azumarill from 48%. And it does. Great. So yeah, I think we're good to Encore here. I don't think I care if Klefki comes in, because if it comes in, it has to get up a screen, and then it has to switch out, because it's going to be Encored. So this is pretty safe, I think. Yeah, should be. Let's go for it. Withdraws, that's fine. What's coming in? Jingle Jangle is, of course, the Klefki. Takes spikes. Takes rocks and lives. As we're going to Encore into nothing, obviously. And I don't think I ever knocked this thing. So it still has its item. So we're going to go for Encore. Here on this turn. Can't double out or else the Klefki's dead. If you want to get up a Reflect, that's a turn wasted. And if you want to switch back out, then I get a knockoff. So that's the trade-off. Nothing can set up in front of this. Oh, we could see a Dazzling Gleam here to break my balloon. That's something I didn't consider. Because Jay hasn't gotten an opportunity to actually break my balloon yet. I've kept it completely safe, and this would be it. This would be the chance. So there is that option. Could see a Dazzling Gleam come out here, but then Reflect doesn't go up. So I think I'd take that trade. Honestly. I think that's fine. Here's a Light Screen, so Reflect is not going to be up. So we're going to Encore this. And I think we're just going to immediately switch into Ogerpon. Hard. Yeah, this is the play. Now there is no Reflect. So Jay has to make a hard switch into Sneasler right now. And I don't know if you make that play on a potential Gigaton Hammer coming out. I don't think you ever do that. So here's Embody Aspect. We're probably just going to see another Light Screen. Yeah, okay, cool. So now Reflect can't go back up. So we do just click Trailblaze here. We knock out the Klefki. Whether it stays in or switches out, it's dead to hazards. So it doesn't matter. We Trailblaze, then we go for U-turn on the Hydrapple, which is probably coming in right now. And the Hydrapple is actually taking damage now, because now it's taking all of these hazards, so it's taking 28%, and it's taking Trailblaze, and it's taking U-turn. So this is not good for Jay. So here's the Trailblaze. I understand what Jay is trying to do, which is position the Sneasler in a certain way, but I don't think that's going to work. So we're going to go for a U-turn. We're going to get in our Tinkaton again, as the Hydrapple is finally at a low HP, so we can put it down to, say, 24%-ish, and we're just going to go into Tank. And at the end of the day, our Rotom has a Colbur Berry. Now, it could be Shadow Claw Sneasler, obviously. Ooh, Recover. Interesting. Okay, so that's what you are. Okay, but now I Encore that, so it doesn't matter. right? So you're probably Encore Nasty Plot, is what I'm thinking. Now you definitely switch out here. Do I try to take advantage of that? I don't think I need to. I think I can just click Knock Off here. I don't have to waste an Encore. I can literally just click Knock Off, yeah. So out goes the Hydrapple. In comes the Klefki to get sacked. That's what I expected. Down goes the Klefki to Hazards. So that is finally gone. So whole right side is gone. The Hydrapple's back at full though now, so that's annoying. However, we do kill Azumarill with Gigaton Hammer, and we also kill Sneasler. However, Sneasler can kill us, I think. In comes Azumarill, actually. Okay, interesting. So I can make the play into Bundle here, because the only play you can make is Aqua Jet, right? You're trying to get me in range of something is what you're doing. So I think Bundle is safe. Bundle, lock Freeze Dry. But if I lock Freeze Dry... do I need Ogerpon to win? Not really. Kind of depends. Ogerpon's never going to win. So I'm going to go Ogre here. On what I presume to be Aqua Jet to get me in range of something from Sneasler. Now, this could be a Play Rough turn, and I could take a lot of damage here, but I won't die. So that's pretty important. So it is Play Rough. Unfortunately, Jay misses. Now, again, that wouldn't have killed me, but it is unfortunate. Obviously. Now, I think we just U-turn here. No, we always just Trailblaze, right? Yeah, always just Trailblaze. So that was a pretty good play, honestly. That was solid. Was he trying to get me from being able to use Gigaton Hammer the next turn? That's possible. That's definitely a possibility. Okay, so in comes the Serpentine Apple, Mr. Hydrapple, or Ms. I didn't see the gender on the Hydrapple. Does it have a gender? I don't know if this thing has a gender. Probably does, though. Anyway, we got off a Trailblaze. Obviously, U-turn's coming out here. This should be pretty obvious. But there's no reason for me not to click it. So it is a Mister. I finally saw the gender on it. Here we go. I'm gonna U-turn out. Do some damage. And yeah, it's just Tink again, man. It's just Tink again. Like, I literally have no reason not to go into Tinkaton. And I think the Azumarill was like at about 40. So it might even die to knock off plus hazards. No, probably not. Here's Recover. But it could die to 2 knockoffs. It could. Alright. Yeah. So we're just gonna go for the knockoff here. Out goes the Hydrapple. In comes the Azumarill, I assume. Yep. How much does it take here? What is it down to? Oh, it was at 25. It's dead. It's literally dead to hazards. Sweet. Okay. And I clicked knockoff, so we're good to click another knockoff next turn. Or another, or Gigaton, rather. Now, if the Sneasler comes in, I think I'm clicking Encore. Do I lose to Hydrapple? No, I don't think so. I don't think I ever lose to Hydrapple. Because I still have my Rotom, which also checks Hydrapple. So, this thing takes hazards. It should be at about, yeah, 54%. That makes sense. So, 54. And I think we just click Encore. Pretty sure. We just press Encore. Let's see. So if it's Scarfed, Bundle outspeeds it. If it's any kind of gimmick, then it has to try to set up now. Like right now. but we'll see. Sneasler. We didn't see it do anything last time. It just switched out. So there's the SD. Okay, cool. We read it. Hopefully it isn't Mental Herb, because that would suck. Let's see. It's not. So we can just click Gigaton Hammer from this position. And then on the Hydrapple, after it recovers, we'll just Encore it as well. This should do decent damage, too. This is still pretty strong. Yeah. And now we just knock off, and even if the Sneasler comes in and gets its speed boost, it shouldn't matter, because it doesn't have its attack boost, which is what it needs. Funny enough, it already KOs my Tinkaton, so there's that. But yeah, we are just clicking knockoff here, I believe. Don't need to switch, I don't think. Well, now we know this. Hold on. Now we know the Sneasler is not scarfed. So we never need a... We can just go into Ogerpon. Yeah, we can just go Ogre. This is safe. Because the Hydrapple basically has to recover here. We take no hazards. And should this switch out for whatever reason, it covers the Sneasler. Voila. So we know that the Sneasler is slower than us, because of course we have the speed boost from the terrestrialization, and it should always die to Cudgel, but if it doesn't, Ogerpon, Sneasler, Cudgel from Terrad takes 56 min. If this thing was for whatever reason max HP, max defense, 33, it's at 20, no, it's at 33 exactly. So it would need to literally be like max defense impish. And in which case, it probably will never KO Rotom. Stomping Tantrum, what is your accuracy? What is the accuracy on this move? How do I check that? Move info. Oh, it's 100. Okay, we're good. We just stomp. There we go. Down goes the Sneasler. And now we just Encore the Recover. Or whatever, and get rid of the Hydrapple. So that's good. It can never Terra now either, because I still have Gigaton Hammers online. And yeah. Actually, we'll do one better. Here. We're going to U-turn. No, we want to conserve differential, right? So we should always just go Tinkaton and play it like that. Yeah. So here comes Tink. Then we're going to knock off, knock off, knock off. After we Encore, of course. And that should be the game. Hopefully I have enough time. I haven't been checking my time. Okay, well, Nasty Plot comes out, so that's pretty much GG. Because that's an Encore, and yeah, the game's over. Even if Terra happens, it doesn't matter. Because then we just hit it with a Steel move. And yeah, we'll just Encore this, and then knock off, and then Gigaton. And that is GG to J. I won't have you guys sit through this part here. Just fast forward to the end, so when we get to the end, I'll show you guys, obviously, that we clicked our final Gigaton Hammer and won the game, so see you there. And this should be the one based on what we saw earlier, and there it is. So, nice 4-0 win for us over JV and the Atlanta Victinis. GG to my opponent. Definitely go and check out Jay in the description down below, guys. Jay is one of the stronger content creators for Wi-Fi, has really good content, so definitely go and check them out. Links to all the coaches are in the description down below, as they are every week. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, if this is your first time on the channel or otherwise. And leave a like on the video. Let me know what you guys thought of this game and what you thought I could have done different, etc. And what you think of the new team as well, the changes that we made to the roster, if you think they're any good. And yeah, catch you guys on the next one. See you for week 5. Peace out.